Hey, what's up, guys? This is Marcus. You know me as a Nomad Thrifter. Hope you're doing okay today. I appreciate you being here. So for those who have been to my channel before, I'm a reseller. I sell on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. Full disclosure, I don't do a whole lot on eBay. My main focus is Poshmark, and my secondary is Mercari. And today's video is going to be a what sold video. I like doing them, and not the brag, guys. It's definitely not the brag. I don't do heavy, high item or high priced items. The reason I like these types of videos and why I recommend that you watch these, whether they be my videos or someone else's or a mixture, is it gives you an idea of what's selling when it comes down to it. Whenever you're going to source your items at, let's say, the Goodwill, Ross's, TJ Maxx's, yard sales, did I say yard sale? Estate sale, wherever you source your items, Walmart, Target, it doesn't matter. You know, by watching these videos, you're able to see like, oh, okay, this pair of shoes sold, or this vase sold, or this picture, or whatever you're selling, sold, and this is what I can get for it. It helps you make a educated decision on, should I pick this up? There's a possibility I might profit $30 off it, or I'm just gonna leave it there because I'm gonna profit $2, right? Makes perfect sense. So again, that's why I like these videos. That's why I too watch these videos. A lot of people think that other YouTube channels, they don't watch other YouTube channels. I don't watch a lot of them just because it's not really my cup of tea. But sometimes I'll put them on in the background just to hear what's going on. And if something kind of, you know, tickles my fancy or whatever word you want to use, you know, I'll give it some attention, right? So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into what sold. And this will be specifically for this video will be what sold on Poshmark. So let's jump into it, guys. So I get asked a lot of questions on where do I particularly source my items, and I get mine from a lot of different places. I get my newer inventory, such as what you see behind me, mostly on, and this might be surprising, Amazon. A lot of times I'm able to find undervalued items, specifically shoes, because I do a majority of shoes. That's throughout the years, that's kind of the niche that I've established myself in. Not high end, but I just do the lower to mid-range shoes, and I source a lot of them off of Amazon. And I've done a couple of videos, and I would recommend, you know, if you're looking for, if you're trying to find some new inventory, checking out Amazon. And for a while, I've been meaning to do a video on how I do my searches, which I still need to do, because I think it will help a lot of people on the sourcing front, especially for newer items. But to keep it short, what I'll do is, for example, I'll go on to the Amazon app. I have Prime too, so I get free shipping. It usually takes 1 to 3 days for the items to come in through Prime. But for example, I'll go into the search bar. I might put in Nike Air Max under $40 and see what pops up. Birkenstocks under $40, see what pops up. I made a video a little while back on a pair of Nike Vapor Max shoes. I believe I paid $50 for them and sold them for almost $200. I forget, but that's a good example of finding stuff that's undervalued, Vapor Max for $50, and then flipping them for the higher price. If I'm buying stuff pre-owned, I'll go to thrift stores. I don't really hit up yard sales just because I don't, I've had a couple of bad experiences. I don't do estate sales. Some other places where I'll go to source newer items are Burlington, Ross's, TJ Maxx, things of that nature, Walmart, Target. And so I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, but those are like places where, you know, I tend to source myself. All right, guys, so the format of this video is going to be, you're going to see the picture of the item that's sold to the right, should be the right up here. This beautiful space right right in here. It's not going to be exactly. And I will tell you what I paid for the item, where I purchased it, and what it sold for. And that's what I'm going to give you. If you want the nets and all that stuff, you can do the simple math. All right, guys? So let's start off. The first item that sold for me, which I was really excited for when I found these at the Goodwill, just because, as you know, items at the Goodwill have gone up so high to the point where, you know, there's really no purpose in even sourcing from the Goodwill. I will say, though, I was quite surprised this past week. I have seen at multiple Goodwills prices going down. And I believe it's because stuff just wasn't selling. I know previous weeks, my girlfriend and I, we were at some of the Goodwills, and it was nuts. I mean, it almost looked like a warehouse that you would just dump stuff. It was packed to the rim of stuff. And I was really confused. I'm like, there was just so much stuff to where even on the racks you couldn't move clothes. And to find out, it's because with those hiking prices, people weren't buying the stuff. You know, because they like to blame resellers. Well, resellers aren't going to pay a premium price because we're buying low to sell high. We're not going to buy your high-end stuff to make nothing, right? And then the people, you know, some of your lower income families or people who are on a fixed income. You have a lot of elderly people who are on fixed income. They're not paying those prices either because they're just going to go to Walmart or Target or Amazon and get basically a brand new item for what they're charging. So I think that the Goodwills, you know, realized that, okay, that backfired on us, and so they've lowered a lot of the prices. So that's good. That's good for us. That's really good for us. So I'm sorry, went off on a tangent there. So the first item that sold for me was a pair of Birkenstock Boston clogs. I paid $4.79 for the lot of the Birkenstocks that I bought, which is a steal for Birkenstocks. I mean, and these are in great, most of the, or actually all of them were really good. They're all pre-owned, but they're in great condition, like 7, 8, 9 out of 10 condition. Well, not all of them, but most of them. So these first ones sold for $58. I paid $4.79. So I net, and then Poshmark took $11.60 in fees. Guys, also remember, whenever you're sourcing items, remember fees. Everybody has, you know, what they want to make. Like me, I don't have anything set in stone, but I don't play around with these small, you know, $5 profit. That means nothing to me, you know. But some people, they like those smaller items. They'll sell a billion small items, right? That, you know, net them $1, $2, $3. And that works in their business model. It doesn't work in mine and most other people's. So that's that. The next item was also another pair of Birkenstocks. Same lot that I got at the Goodwill. I also paid $4.79 for them. These ended up selling for $60. And Poshmark took out $12 in fees. Again, Poshmark is a little bit on the higher end whenever it comes to fees. They're 20%, where some of the other platforms might be between 10 and 15, depending on the platform. There's so many platforms out there. And it is the higher one that the higher fee one that I use. I believe Mercari would be my cheapest. I think they're 10, 12%. But I also believe that they changed it. But they are the cheaper one, but they are also the one that I least recommend. Poshmark, I tend to get really good sales on Poshmark. So I like the platform. I just obviously don't like paying 20%, right? But who would? But therefore, you got to price accordingly, and that's why I say whenever you're out there sourcing these, you know, items, make sure that you're factoring in the fees that are going to be involved, because that can make or break whatever profit that you're going to make on it. So these were a good find. I was happy. Next item was, I don't do a lot of shorts, or I stopped about a year or so ago. I'll still pick them up if I find, a steal, if I pay $1 to $3 for a good pair of shorts. But for the most part, I stopped. I still have them in my inventory. I have most of them for last year. But this pair was a pair of the limited Bermuda fit shorts. They're a brand new pair. Again, I got these last year. I paid $5 for these at the Goodwill. I ended up selling these for $30. Poshmark took out $6 in fees. Quite honestly, I was surprised just because the limited's not really a high ticket item, and a lot of their stuff really just doesn't sell anymore. I remember like 4 or 5 years ago, the limited was still pretty popular, and I would sell quite a few of their pants and shorts and shirts. And I actually liked wearing, actually not me, but my girlfriend, she liked wearing their clothes. But you don't see a lot of limited anymore. I don't even know if they're still around, to be honest with you. But yeah, so I'm very pleased with that, because in reality, those probably, even though they're brand new, probably should have sold for like $6, $7. They're just not a high ticket item. All right, so then let's see here. Let's bear with me. Next item is another pair of Birkenstocks, same lot that I found. These Birkenstock sandals, same. I paid $4.79. I sold them for $55, and Poshmark fees were $11. Another thing I want to put out there is the way I price. So for a lot of you people who sell exclusively on eBay, you can turn off the option for offers. Some of you do, some of you don't. I know I set mine. You can set a limit too. So if you're wanting to sell something, if you're selling something for $60, you take an offer of $50 or more, right? Unfortunately, Poshmark and Mercari are not like that. So therefore, you get the lowball offers. I thankfully don't get a whole lot, but I think it also, if you look at, and I'll put my accounts down below. If you look at my accounts, I pride myself on them looking professional. I have the professional studio lights. I do use a program. I don't edit the actual product, but I do use a background remover, and I just think it makes it look really clean. Kind of takes around a stack and the background. So I think that gives people impression that, oh wow, there's this person's putting a lot into this. They're not going to accept a lowball offer, and luckily most of the time that's kind of the case on it. But what I'll do, for example, so with these Birkenstocks, they sold for $55. I believe I had them listed for $60. So what I would accept on it was the $55. So I believe with this seller, they offered me $50. I countered up to $55. If they wouldn't accepted it, then I would have just moved on. Some products, such as Birkenstocks, they're gonna sell. So no worries on that. But I'll usually put that $5 padded window. So if I wanted to make $50 on something, I would do $55. If I wanted to make $70 on, if I wanted to make $65 on something, I would go up to $70. You get what I mean. You kind of price up, but that's kind of more, I don't want to say common sense for those who are newer. You might have a price in mind, like, hey, I want to make $20 for this. That's why I'm going to put on there $28. But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that, because that $28 price, that's where people are going to start. They're going to make you an offer, because that's your starting point. That's not what you're going to get. Now, if you want $20 for it, well, then you need to charge $25. Makes sense? Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Next item was these pair of Merrell shoes. I like Merrell. They're They're a great brand. They're really known for quality. They're known for their outdoor, they're more of an outdoor brand, just like Keen's or Eddie Bauer. They tend to be really popular. They're a little bit pricier, but they're also better quality than a lot of the other shoe brands. So on these, I paid $4 for them. Yeah, I paid $4 for them. I sold them for $39, and Poshmark took out $7.80 for fees. These were, weirdly enough, this is the second time selling this specific pair of shoes. What happened was I sold them on this site a few weeks ago. I believe it was a few weeks ago. Maybe it was a month ago. And I got a Poshmark return request, or a case opened up. And the person basically said that they were fake shoes. Now, I don't... The first thing that popped in my head was, okay, you know, I don't know if there's a counterfeit market for Merrell just because of the type of shoes they are. I mean, you have Nikes, Adidas, Reebok, you know, I mean, you can hire in shoes, you know, you see a lot of fake Jordans. Merrell, I don't think it's the same way. I think it was buyer's remorse, and I hate with a passion when people like to throw out, you know, these are fake, these are counterfeit. But in reality, they had buyer's remorse, and it's a loophole in the system. That's how they get. But what people don't realize is smaller accounts, these platforms, they'll shut it down. Luckily, I'm not even saying it to brag, but I sell quite a bit. I have a bigger closet. And so, you know, I haven't ran into those issues, but I have heard horror stories of small sellers with, you know, maybe 100 or less in their closet, and something happened, someone claimed counterfeit, even if it wasn't, and they just shut it down. So it is a pet peeve of mine. You know what? If you don't like it, you know, say you don't like it. I'm one of those people where if you don't want it, I'll accept a return. Even on Mercari and Poshmark, where you have to legitimately have a reason why, a description discrepancy, being a counterfeit item, whatever. If you come up to me and be like, hey, you know what, these just didn't fit, I can respect the fact that it's your money, you worked hard for it, and yeah, send it back to me, and I'll sell it again. That's perfectly fine. I like that, and that's why on, like, let's say on eBay, where I do have that 30-day return policy, no questions asked. Now, obviously, I want them back in the same condition as I sent them to you, but I am happy with giving you that refund for that item back, because if they didn't fit you, then why, you know, you don't want to be stuck with something that you can't use. That's just a bummer, right? So, all right, let's move on. Here's a lower ticket item. Again, going back, I don't do a lot of shorts. It's, we're in, May? So it's hot now, and so I am selling a few more shorts, some of the inventory I had from last year. Here's a pair of Hollister jean shorts. I sold them for $11. I paid $2.50 for them. Poshmark took out $2.95 for selling fees. So definitely not anything to brag about. I'm just getting rid of it. Would I purchase these again? No. Next is going to be a pair of Sperry's. I've said it before, I love Sperry's because I primarily wear Sperry's. I find it to be super comfortable. They go with everything. They got that little prep look to them. I've liked them ever since college. Unfortunately, they really don't have a big resell market anymore. They're still super popular. You still see a lot of people buy them, and they're good quality shoes. And most of them sell for about $100 brand new. And these Sperry's were no different. I thought they were really beautiful, and unfortunately, you know, they're clean, nice condition. The only flaw on them, and I mentioned it in the listing, was the shoelaces. I have a feeling that somebody trimmed down the shoelaces. It happens, you know, you get those shoes, you tie it, and you have that big bowl that kind of hangs down, right? So I think that they cut them because it was really hard to get a really good tie on them. but I did. I put that in the description. And so I did come down with the price just a little bit. So I sold these for $35. I paid $4 for them. And Poshmark took out $7. Next is a pair of American Eagle bootcut jeans. Jeans are another item that I sold quite a bit of in years past. I don't really source them anymore, except for your higher end pairs of jeans or ones that have, really cool embroidery or just things that are unique. Just because it's not as easy to sell them for them. I remember in the past I would I would find a pair of Levi's, put them up for $30, get an offer for $25, bam, I would take it. It would cost me, what, $5 at the Goodwill. Nice little profit. I like that. Now it's, a good pair of jeans might go for $15, $20, depending on what they are. You can hold on to them, try to hope to get a better price, but, the market really isn't really too big on jeans, or at least I've noticed. I still do quite a few Levi. I love Levi. I wear Levi. Personally, I like American Eagle jeans. I do wear American Eagle jeans. I like the ones that have the stretch to them, just because they're super comfortable. So these. Sorry, I go off on tangents, guys. I'm sorry. I just love talking to you guys. Or it could just be a passion for what I do, right? Hit a like if you got a passion for what you do. So going back, so these, I spent $5. Actually, I think I spent $2.50 on these. I think these were half off. I had them for $20, minus the $4 for the Poshmark fee. So yeah, you can make money with jeans, but they either have to be a designer brand or just excellent quality, guys. So let's see here. The next item. Another pair of Sperry's. Gosh, and I hate to say it, I am going to have to stop even sourcing Sperry's, because here's another great example. Here's a pair of Sperry driver shoes, leather, beautiful shoe, great condition. They look almost brand new. I like them. I wish they were my size. I would have kept them. I sold these for $39. I sourced them for $5.50. Poshmark took out $7.80 on them. If you were to buy these in the store, they're $95 or $98, so we'll just say $100, right? And so, I was lucky to even sell them for that much, just because, again, you'll find really good condition Sperry's out there for $20, $25 all day long, no matter what platform you're on. It's unfortunate, but that's kind of how they are with Sperry's. And for the last item that sold for this video is going to be this pair of Salomon XA Pro 3D. I sold these for, I bought these for $2. Where did I get these? Was it St. Vincent de Paul? I got it because they were $4. It was $2. They're not in great condition. I know you can't really tell from the picture, but there's no rips per se. And I don't want to say like the rubber was dry rotted, because they're not, but these are more of your athletic hiking outdoor shoes, so they do get beat up. But I forget what the retail on these, I believe it's $150, $200, so they are pricey shoes, brand new. And I have found these multiple times out in the wild, and I sell them really quick. I mean, these sold really fast, but if you can find them in really good condition, which a lot of the times you can easily get $70, $80, because I do it all the time. So these sold for $33. Poshmark took out $6.60. They weren't in great condition. They were stained. They did have some rubber that had some that were basically chipped off. They're fully functional, but yeah, they were definitely a little bit beat up. So that's it for what sold on Poshmark for this video, guys. I really do appreciate you watching the video. I enjoy doing these things. If you enjoy it or you like videos like this, definitely, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. It helps out the channel. And I'm going to let you go, and I will see you on the flip side, guys. Have a great day. Peace out. Love you. All right. Bye-bye. Cheers.